Hello there. This is how I tear my other ACL. All right, we're getting right into it. I'm rocking and rolling, people. I am so hopped up on this. How am I doing? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. It is physically impossible for my ACL to be any more torn than it currently is. So what am I doing today? Let's make out with some gods. Why not? Hades 2, Electric Smoochaloo. Let's go. Look, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm a man of science. Everything you are about to see here is 100% without a doubt the most scientific basis for all of these rankings that you'll ever see in the world. None of these are in fact my opinions. They are undisputed fact. If you take issue with any of these, which I got the feeling that you're going to take issue with some of these, let me know. I would love the engagement. Anyway, enough yapping. I have so many fucking slides to get through. We got to get this party started. Who's texting me? Someone wants me to watch their dogs right now. I'm a little busy. Now, first off, I just want to give a little appreciation to some awesome folks. First off, the people at Supergiant Games, thank you for making good gay games that are beautiful and wonderful and oh so very horny for no reason other than it's fun. Y'all are wonderful. I like your games. Also, to the folks over at the Lion Animation Studio, if you didn't know, they made the launch trailer for Hades 2. Genuinely, some of the most beautiful animation I've ever seen in my entire life. Holy shit. Y'all, these are all independent studios just doing what they do. Go show them some appreciation. They're awesome. Anyway, on to the smooching. First up, our girl, our queen, Melinoe. Now, Mel here, princess of the underworld, she's just a spooky little witch. She knows some hexes, she knows some curses, she knows some poisons. I love smart women, especially if they're weird. Also, she is in fact a certified short king. Term short king is gender neutral. She is in fact a short king. She's itty bitty teeny tiny little guy. She also just contains like Disney princess levels of animal handling skills. Every animal in the fucking world loves her. You can befriend any animal you want and let them fight for you. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Now, look, I've never understood why PETA, the animal rights organization, doesn't like Pokemon until I played this game, and then I've never felt more like a Pokemon trainer than having to go fight like the god of all monsters, sending my fucking cat in to do it for me. It's a little messed up. Now, Mel, our girl here, while she is a princess, she has not lived a life of luxury. She's had to fucking like slug it out with the best of them. And you know what? She's bettered herself for it. She will absolutely let you join her little found family. Her fucking gay witch mom, her gay witch aunts, a lot of gay witches. You can be a part of her little family too. And I think that's lovely. Also, most importantly, she does in fact have access to a hot tub. That is a big plus for me. The people that may or may not have just texted me to watch their dogs, they in fact have a hot tub. That's why I watch their dogs, for the hot tub. You got a hot tub? We can be friends. Now the cons. Unfortunately for us, Melinoe here, growing up in a camp of ghosts and another autistic lesbian witch, just has pretty much zero social skills. The girl does not get out a lot. She's real awkward. The other thing, as I mentioned, all of her friends are in fact ghosts. That's kind of weird. Like one ghost, sure. Two ghosts, sure. They're all ghosts. Not a single one of her friends is alive. Actually, some of them are, but they hate you, and they're also gods. So they're not really your friends, and they're not really alive. Capiche? Now, living the fight the man resistance lifestyle that she does, sadly does not pay the bills always. She in fact lives in a tent. She, oh my God. She's giving Paper Bag Princess. Did y'all ever read Paper Bag Princess? I fucking love that book. Anyway, it's a great children's book that promotes feminism and kick-assery. I love it. Anyway, your girl sleeps on the ground. Now, I do just have to point out the decision-making skills, not the strongest. I know she did this when she was young. However, she did like a boy who she was friends with, maybe a little something more than friends. She did cut off her arm for him. For a boy? Girl, please, come on. Like, he's a really good boy, but like, you can't be doing that. You've only got two. All that being said, it was for a good cause. 10 out of 10. Hell yeah, baby. Next up, Hecate, Witch of the Crossroads, and as I mentioned before, possible autistic lesbian. Now, the pros for Hecate, she's spooky, she's scary, and she will turn you into a patriarchy fighting a little warrior. Hell yeah, girl. Also, I would like to point out that almost single-handedly, she is actively leading an underground resistance movement against the man. In this case, he is an actual man, but like also the authoritarian figureheads that we've got going on here. That's sick. Hell yeah, girl. Get into politics. Last pro for her. She's got the sickest abs I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. Oh my God. Does she have a belly button? Is she Kyle XY? I don't know. I like how she's entirely covered except for the abs. That's hot. Now, as a con, she is your parental figure, so like emotionally she will baby you, but as your mentor, she will also be physically beating you into the ground. Now, in just a practicality sense, the sick-ass face scarf she's got going over here, not great for smooching access. Remember, this is for the smoochability. Having your face covered 100% of the time, not great for smooching. That being said, 8 out of 10. Oh, why is my mouse up there? Next up, Nemesis, Retribution herself. Now, my thoughts on Nemesis. Oh, Lord have mercy. Nemesis here is just a hot lady with a sword. She's jacked. Look at her arms. Look at her thighs. Look at her sick-ass armor. I love armor. She also has a giant sword. Basically, to summarize how she looks, she's an identical copy of Nyx, but with guns. I mean these guns, not this gun, that's a sword. Her other kid does have a gun though, and I like that significantly less. Now look, coming into this, I basically knew her personality trait, that she was, you know, she's gonna be a little bit rough around the edges, you know what I mean? However, I did not fully just understand the level of fucking like spite coming out of her. Like, why is she so mean? I thought we were gonna get like a fun little, like, you know, flirty little insulting behavior. Genuinely hates you. Like, hates you. While I do understand that all of this is coming from a place of insecurity, she bullies the shit out of you, and not in a fun flirty way, like a I genuinely hate your guts sort of way. Also, she's gonna steal your boons. I want my boons. As I mentioned earlier, literal retribution. Come on, y'all, it's not good. So for Nemesis, gonna have to be 6 out of 10. Look, I don't make the rules. She's so hot, but she's so mean. Next up, Moros. Y'all remember how I felt about Thanatos in the last one? Imagine my fucking face when I saw this guy. What? Now, professionally speaking, here are my thoughts on Moros. Oh my god, what the actual fuck? And of course, who designed this? If I had to sum it up, he's just a Thranduil ass looking motherfucker. All right? Tell me Lee Pace would not be perfect for this role. God, Super Giant Games, I love you so much. Anyway, y'all ever seen 7 Days in Hell? This is how I feel about him.
It's got to get a sip of water.
Moving on. Now, unfortunately for us, Moros is the incarnation of Doom, which means he's bad luck babe. The official Chapel Roan take on this. Also, this may or may not be a problem depending on how bad of a person you are. He kind of sort of might already be taken. It's a little up in the air, you know, look, you're not a bad person. You just have eyes. And oh, baby. However, he might be a little confused. The person that he might be taken with might be you, but he is possibly in a committed relationship, potentially. I don't know. When I got this dialogue scene, I was so goddamn upset. I almost shut my Switch off. However, we persevere. I got him in the hot tub anyway. Hell yeah, brother, let's go. Now, something I do want to point out in the vein of the Hades games, since everyone else that you can razzle dazzle, with the exception of my little boy, my little wingman, everyone you're razzle dazzling is in fact related. I don't love that. That also means that incest orgies are out of the question for me. I'm not related to that. Like, Meg and Than don't interact as if they're siblings. He very much goes up to Nemesis and is like, hey sister, how's it going? And not in like a hey sister sort of way, like a hello my sister, my blood relative sort of way. Out of the question. Now look, I know he's hot, but on a little bit of a personal note, this unlucky motherfucker right here is actively screwing me over in real life now. I hate it, 0 out of 10. No one is having a worse time than me. That being said, come on. Come on, what did you think I was gonna put, huh? You thought it was gonna be anything less than 10? Have you not been watching all of these, all right? That's a 10! I'm looking respectfully. Next up, Eris, goddess of strife. Eris here is just the most jinx-coated little manic pixie dream girl you've ever seen. But being strife, it's more like a manic pixie nightmare girl. Look, that's a thing for some people. Also, she's spontaneous, you know? You never know what she's gonna be thinking. You never know what she's gonna be doing. And if I were a radio announcer from the 1950s, I'd call this little lady Spitfire. Also, because she has a physical gun that she shoots flames at you with. I think it's accurate, though. The old noodle was working hard on that one. However, unfortunately for us, she genuinely wants you dead. Like, she hates you. Again, God, Nyx's sons are like head over heels for the Hades kids. Her daughters fucking hate you, every single one of them. Meg easily likes you the most out of everyone, but that takes a while to come around for her. Everyone else, you're dead. Now, also another con for her, she litters. She throws her trash on the ground and makes you pick it up and then throws it on the ground again, all right? Not cool. Also, she will hold on to grudges. Maybe you did something in the past, I don't know, but she doesn't like it and she's gonna punish you forever for it, all right? She will never forget. Also, she litters. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of birds out here. However, she did in fact threaten to kill my bird. I don't like that. Look, I can dislike my pets all I want. You cannot dislike my pets. Those are my pets. If I threaten to kill them, that's fine, that's fun, that's cheeky, all right? If you threaten to kill them, we're gonna have a fucking problem. Don't threaten to kill my bird. Also, she litters. This is really a big problem for me, I'm not gonna lie. The threatening to kill a bird thing, not great. The littering is more of a problem for me. So for her, that's gotta be 2 out of 10. Ooh, just pick up your own fucking garbage. Jesus. Selene. Sorry. Oh, Selene. The embodiment of the moon. Oh, she's beautiful. Oh my God. She is just a moon mother. Oh, she's elegant. She's gorgeous. She's clothed in silver moonlight. Like, how could you not love her? Oh, mama. Now, she is someone that I can absolutely understand why they have a cult centered around them. If she had a theme song, it would be You Could Start a Cult by Niall Horan, which I thought was going to be like a super catchy, like punky, takedown song, like fuck you, you're crazy. It's just really sweet. It's like, I would follow you anywhere and I love you so much. That's how I feel about her. Also, just want to point that out. The ladies sit inside saddle. How fucking elegant. No Herbie needed. Y'all seen Princess Diaries too? That's what I'm talking about. This is so goddamn impressive. I can't even sit on the fucking couch without falling off. She's doing that shit on a winged horse. Also, once again, in a professional sense, like, holy shit, she's just like so fucking pretty, right? Look at her. Oh my God. Oh, she's beautiful. She's so pretty. Now, the cons for Selene is kind of cult leader. You hate to see it coming. Now, not trying to dunk on them, but she is a certified horse girl. That's fine. We all have our little things that we like. Horse girls, though, notoriously crazy. Horse girl is, in fact, gender neutral, by the way. Anyone can be a horse girl.
Sensual intelligence. Wow.
Oh my God.
What is it with chicks and horses, huh?
She's not just a horse girl, she's the horse girl. Just, once again, she is so pretty, she is so kind, she is so wonderful. She's also the titan of the fucking moon, all right? She's not to be messed with. If you do anything wrong, she will crash a fucking meteor into the ground on top of you. Just don't fuck it up, all right? Easiest 10 out of 10 I've ever given. Next up, my arch nemesis, Apollo. Now, as much as it pains me to say, Apollo here is just like a ray of sunshine. Like, you got me on this one. He's just so nice. He has such a great voice, like speaking and singing wise. I also do like to give credit where credit's due. He is the winner of this game's Not As Bad As He Could Have Been award. I'll just say it. He's cute. He's a little cutie patootie. Look at him. Oh, look at his pretty little hair. He's a little guy. He's blonde. He's got a leaf in his hair. Oh, look at that armor. Look at that arrow. The bow and arrow is also a harp. Liar? That's fun. Shouldn't that be a liar? Anyway, he's a liar. I'm just kidding. Good things only. Cons for him is he did in fact drag you into all of this nonsense. He took up so much of my time. If it were not for him, I would not have to be beaten to a pulp every single night by various monsters in both the overworld and the underworld. I mean, the war would have been going on anyway, but like, he got me involved, all right? I'm gonna hold my grudges. Now, lastly, the other con for him is just he's not Artemis. All right, they're twins. One of them has to be the better twin, and it's not him. However, still overall pretty great. 9 out of 10. This instance only, all right? Next up, Hestia. Hestia here is the embodiment of a hot granny. She is just filled with like the most impeccable, godly Mary Berry energy that you've ever seen. In that she's wonderful, she's maternal, and she's also like filled with vodka. Now, like all good grandmothers out there, if you insult her, if you get on her bad side, she will throw hands, and she will throw hands for you. It's very funny that I described her as maternal so much, because Hestia, very famously, part of the, celibate nuns club. What is that called? She very much does not have kids or any suitors. Good for her. Live your best life, babe. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, is ready to throw hands If you cross her, she will in fact just shove this little fire poker up your ass. And it will be hot. Not in that sort of way. Well, no, not in that sort of way. Firm decision, not hot in that sort of way. Also, she may in fact pinch your cheeks. Which cheeks? I don't know. I don't want either of them being pinched. 8 out of 10. Hephaestus. Hephaestus here loves a good nickname. He will give you a nickname and he will only refer to you as that nickname. If that nickname were to be coming from anyone else, it would seem a little bit misogynistic. However, coming from him, he has the best intentions at heart and it shows, all right? It's fun. Also, he's a big man. Also, being the god of the forge, also good with his hands. Not even that. He's a little bit crafty. Ho ho. To top it all off, this man just loves his wife so much. This is a wife guy. You'll love to see it, people. Also, just a little bit of a question. Is this an open marriage? For me or for anyone else? Are you accepting applications? However, Hephaestus here, unfortunately, is just a little bit antisocial. He never wants to leave the forge. He is married to his wife, but he's also married to his work. Look, he just does not want to be around you. Unless you're his wife or his hammer, get out of his face. Does not want to talk to you. Now, the last con for him is, unfortunately, you are not his wife. As I said, he loves his wife. Even if it is an open marriage, it's not really open on his side. He's just agreeing to it. Be his wife or be nothing. Still, 8 out of 10. Hera, the goddess of marriage and family. She's just the queen of queens, all right? She's actually the queen of queens, is the #1 lady in all of the lands. Look, she's elegant, she's regal, she's powerful, she's got it all. Also, being the goddess of marriage, she is the literal definition of commitment. Now, she is in fact committed through marriage, and unfortunately for her and for all of us, that person is her husband. She fucking hates her husband. Also, she probably hates you too. While she is the queen of queens, she's a fucking angry person, all right? She's bitter. It's understandable, but she does not like you. She will not like you. Does she like anyone? Probably not. Who can blame her? Now, her being the top of the social ladder, she will just talk shit about you behind your back. I'm not saying it should happen, but I'm saying it's gonna happen, all right? Emotionally prepare yourself for that, you know? Also, this is just something that I thought of immediately. Do you see it too? Regardless, 7 out of 10. Next up, notorious war criminal, Odysseus of Ithaca. Again, I'm just gonna be upfront with it. He's hot. Like, come on. Who designed these? God, Supergiant Games. I love you all so much. God, he's so hot. Along with the nicknames, he does in fact call you little goddess. Oh my God. Not in like a hot way, just like as a child. I just think that's so charming and endearing, and I love it. I love it so much. It's so sweet. Also, everyone out here is lacking critical thinking skills, but Odysseus here, he's a thinker. He's a tactician, you know? Like, he's got like 95% of the brain cells in this game. Does he use them well? I don't know, but he's holding them. Also, like I said earlier, notorious wife man. He loves his wife, and I love to see that. Now, unfortunately for us, Odysseus over here is a tricky little rat bastard. Whether or not he's being aided for Athena, he's too smart for his own good, and unfortunately, that will be at the devastating cost to me and everyone else in the world who is not him. Also, he lies for sport. He's a storyteller, a crafter. You will not get a straight answer out of this man at any given point in time. He is hiding things from you. He is lying to you. And frankly, it's not his problem. You should expect it at this point. Also, like, as you can clearly see, generally just kind of not a good person. At one point, he literally says, "I'm not kind, I just don't like to lose." Like, me too, buddy, but don't go saying it so proudly. Now, unfortunately for all of us, you are not in fact his wife. You will not be his wife. So I don't think it's gonna work out. However, refer to point A. 9 out of 10. Next up, Commander Skelemeus. This new, one-of-a-kind, never-before-seen character is quite the addition to the little Hades 2 family, if I might add. Looks a little bit familiar. Can't put my finger on it, though. I'll get back to you on that one. This man, as you can see here, is a decorated military officer. I salute you for your service. He's also just a great motivational speaker, you know? He's constantly surrounded by shades, coming back from all over the overworld and the underworld, and he's gonna give them a little pep talk that he needs to send them right on out in the battlefield. The guy from Full Metal Jacket could never.
I bet you're the kind of guy that would fuck a person in the ass and not even have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around.
Also, the man's just a war hero. War hero, that's a good thing in this situation. Also, most importantly, he always has your back. If someone's talking shit about you, he's gonna fight them. This man will not stand for it. However, like with most men out there, he's just a yapper. He loves to talk. He'll go on and on forever. While I appreciate the sentiment of it, God, it's so much talking. As I mentioned, constantly surrounded by shades, might also possibly be a cult leader. I don't know, but it's not looking good. I think he could probably start a cult. I mean, he wouldn't be the worst cult leader out there, right? Also, something I want to point out that, once again, I've never mentioned before for any similar characters whatsoever. He's made of bones. Bones means no lips, no teeth. So the kissing isn't great. However, where's the hair coming from? This one, compared to no one else in particular, he has a beard. Where's the beard coming from? This looks like a fake-ass Santa beard. The pins. Where are those connected to? Are those on bone? Can you pin on bone? Can you magnet bone? Regardless, 7 out of 10. Next up, Dora. Dora, the explorer, Dora! Our girl, Dora, the Shade. Much like the cutest little kids' educational show out there, she's got some bangs. She does not have that sick-ass cunt bob, though. Those bangs, girl. Damn. Dora here does just want to be your BFF. I love that. I love someone who's like straight to the point. I want to be one of the girls, you know? Also, another pro for Dora is that totally nothing bad ever did happen or will happen because of her. Don't ask questions. Everything is fine. Now, the cons of Dora. While it will be all fun, cute, quirky, she will in fact try to spook you. She's gonna haunt the fuck out of you, dude. She's dead. She's got nothing else to do. You're gonna be #1 victim of her prank war. The mood swings are palpable, and it's either just gonna be a toss-up between apathy or demonic terror. Fun. It's fun time. Anyway, 7 out of 10. She is a ghost. Can you kiss a ghost? We're gonna find out. Oh my god, I'm on slide 16 of 48. Help. Next up, Arachne. Arachne here is just a little cute patootie. Look at her. Oh, she's a little cute patootie. Look at her little hands. Oh, she's so cute. Also mentioned she got her cute little hands, and she's good with her hands too, you know what I mean? Now, however, unfortunately, she is just very petty, and she does hold grudges. She does not forgive, she does not forget. Also, just a logistical error, you will squash her. She's itty bitty teeny tiny. A downside for most people is that she is, in fact, a spider. A spider with hair. Like, she's a big spider, if that makes it any better. I think for a lot of people, that's not going to make it better. I think that might, in fact, make it worse. Also, this is just on a personal note. She kind of freaks me out. Not in, like, the spider sense, but, like, emotionally. Like, what's going on with her? She's plotting something. I don't like it. Anyway, 4 out of 10. You hate to see it coming. Narcissus! Narcissus here is capital G, gorgeous. Oh my god, look at this face. Oh my god, look at this man. Now, if I had to describe Narcissus in one concise little point, it would be posing little diva femme twink boy. Tell me that's not the perfect description of him. Also, you know, this man yearns. I love a yearner. However, unfortunately for, in fact, the entire world, the person that he's yearning for is himself and only himself. Now, someone did point this out to me, and as soon as they did, I was like, motherfucker, you're so right. The wonderful voice of Narcissus here, Darren Korb, who also does all the music, and Zagreus, is just straight up doing a Nicolas Cage impersonation. My god. I don't know where he fucking came up with that, but like, it fits. It fits so good. As I mentioned, the man yearns, but only for himself, so unfortunately, you are nothing. Any sort of relationship would be entirely one-sided, and that side would be you feeling like shit, and him just looking at himself in the mirror, like always. Truly, the man only loves himself. Who can blame him? Also, like, on a practical note, he's like low-key the worst. Like, he's such a self-centered piece of shit that, like, in any practical circumstance, I would say, like, kick him to the curb. I totally understand that. However, it's kind of iconic. Like, come on. Now, as much as I hate to admit it, I am, in fact, a mortal sheep. And being such, I guess a 9 out of 10. Look, the practical part of my brain says this man should deserve, like, a 2. But come on, this is so much fun. He's got charm. It worked on me. What do you want me to say, all right? Next up, Echo. Echo, Echo, Echo. Oh, baby girl. Oh, Echo here. She's just such a little cutie patootie. Look at her. Oh, I love her. She's so sweet. She's so kind. She, like, would not hurt anyone in the entire world. More than anyone else in this entire game, she deserves everything. Like, oh, I just want to wrap her up in a little hug. She needs one. However, unfortunately, for a smoochability standpoint, the communication is just not great there. Like, she only repeats back what you say. I don't like that. That makes me not feel good, to put it lightly. I feel like she doesn't have any agency of her own, and it's very sad. She is, in fact, made of stone. Any hugging, any smooching you want to do, she's literally a rock. Look, if she falls for you, she will get hung up on you, and it'll be like the most tragic thing in the world, all right? Nobody wants to see that. Look, like, girl, she's so sad. Oh, I want to wrap her up in a little hug and give her some hot chalky. I want to give her a 7. I want to give her a hug. All right. Look, like, it seems a little high, but like she deserves it. She deserves to be a 7 at least. Oh, girl. Here they come! Scylla and the Sirens. This being, of course, Scylla here and Roxy and Jetty. I'm just throwing them all into one category because Roxy and Jetty really don't have personalities of their own, but they deserve to be here nonetheless. Anyway, they just have the most entrancing voice. Like, they're fucking good. Like, they're good. You can hear that shit anywhere. Blast it from the speakers. Scylla just truly has the personality of, like, a loudmouth rocker. I love to see it. Hell yeah, girl. Also, she does just go through a little bit of a goth phase. Like, who hasn't? But also, like, it's working. It's doing something. So, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Now, in a practicality standpoint, she does just have a lot of mouths. She got this one and possibly 6 more. That's a lot of smooching opportunities, you know what I mean? Do you want to smooch them? Probably not, but I mean, they're there. Also, being the hardworking entertainer she is, trying to break her way into the industry, she hates Nepo babies. And good for her. She has a right to. She makes her disdain known loud and clear. Most unfortunately for us, however, is she thinks that we're a Nepo baby. Like, I can see where she's coming from. However, I don't think that applies to the circumstances. That doesn't matter. She hates you regardless. Now, in any sort of smooch fest that may or may not be happening, Roxy and Jetty will not, in fact, participate. And I feel like they would just kind of like stand in the shadows and stare. That makes me very uncomfortable. Also, I haven't mentioned this yet. She wants you dead. She's trying to kill you. All of them are trying to kill you. Brutally and savagely, I might add. Also, her face is just a little freaky. Not to be mean, but she's a freak. Anyway, 5 out of 10. Grandpappy Cronos himself. Now, Cronos here, he's just like a gold flake twink grandpa. He's put back together and like the gold details, kind of sick. And also, he's jacked. I want to be that jacked when I'm old. I'm old now and I'm not even that jacked. Anyway, he also is just a silver fox. Like, look at the head of hair. That's so impressive. Once again, better hairline at his age than I currently have. God, he's got some great hair. Going back to body, these are all physical traits. Who am I trying to kid? Man's got a snatched waist. Oh, he's got the teeny tiny little hips and he's got a snatched waist. Despite his elderly age, he is shockingly agile. The man gets around. Now, if you were to be someone of his desires, being the Titan of Time, he would literally stop time for you. You want to take a nap? He'll stop time for you so you could take a nap and then wake up refreshed and recharged and ready to go. That's what I would do if I could stop time. Honestly, I would just take a nap for a while. Do some errands, you know. Adult life is fun. Now, once you get towards the end of the game, Cronos does have a little bit of a change of heart. And what is that change of heart but a change of pose? This pose right here is in fact giving reformed diva serving cunt. None of those words were in the Bible. However, accurate. Get it, girl. Now, one of the cons for Cronos is that Cronos here is the type of man that he will just make all of his problems your problems. The man tries to take over the world for personal beef and ego. Once again, I don't want to be dragged into this. Dude, I got other shit to do. Also, the man here is low-key just like a little bit of a fascist militant leader. You hate to see it. Also, being from a different generation, he's got this sick-ass cane that he carries everywhere. However, will in fact beat you with his cane. He calls that the whoopin' stick. You act out of line, you're gonna get a certified ass whoopin'. 5 out of 10. That should be lower. 4 out of 10. I know he's reformed at the end, but like still that does not make up for everything else he's done. 4. I'm sticking with that one. Next up, the all-powerful sorceress, Medea. Run for the fucking hills! Now, however you want to describe Medea here, it should genuinely include the words goth, witch, and mommy. She is someone who is just like so much smarter than you, and she will let you know that. Let me tell you. Now, if you get on her good side, if things are going well, she can and will curse anyone that you dislike. That's a win-win. Now, you might be wondering, what could possibly be the cons of an all-powerful witch sorceress like Medea? Thank you for asking. Nothing at all. She's definitely not plotting your murder at any given second. Nope, she would never. She's totally not gonna steal your blood while you're sleeping. Don't ignore all of that. Don't look at that. Hey, don't look at that. Don't look at that. Now, of course, since she has no cons in the world that anyone could possibly think of ever, solid 10 out of 10. How big? Next up, Heracles. What do I think of Heracles here? Hello, sailor. Man's got his tatas out for all the world to see. Once again, for the smoochability, he is in fact wearing the lion on the head, Numenorian lion? Numenorian bull. What's the name of the lion? Dude, don't mind me. Shada-da-da-da-da-da. Numenorian lion? Did I make that up? Is that a word? Is that from Lord of the Rings? What's the name? Nemean! Sorry, I was getting it confused with Lord of the Rings. The Nemean lion. Now, he is just wearing the Nemean lion on his head here. Great, cool. It doesn't really look like a lion, so it's a little startling. Super giant. I love you all. However, have you ever seen a lion before? That's not what a lion looks like. Anyway, regardless, he's in fact wearing a lion on his head, and his mouth is inside the lion's open mouth. That's a little bit of smoochception there. You know what I'm saying, baby? Also, the man's just got a lot of scars. It's hot. Oh, he's looking fine. That might be a thing that I like. Whoopsie daisy. I'm very much into it. Also, like, he's a giver. He will, in fact, give you money. I love money. Something I wanted to point out, not really a pro or a con, something I just think is funny. There's very much like a prom date posed look going on with him and the lion. And you know when people are like, that's what they got going on here. I can't look at him seriously because I just think of him and the lion like. Anyway, now look, Heracles here. He's just such a fucking downer. Like, sure, he's hot, but anytime you have to have a conversation with this man, it's like, God, loosen up. I know you killed your wife and your kids on accident because you may or may not have been poisoned by Hera for one reason or another. I don't know, something about Zeus cheating on her. But like, dude, get over it. Come on. Also, like, he will never accept help. Sure, he'll come help you, but he's helping you. You're not helping him, you know what I mean? Chill, my guy. You know, with the whole Hera poisoning him to convince him to kill his wife and his kids sort of thing. He is just playing the perpetual victim. Every one of the gods hates him. All of the people hate him. He hates himself. Dude, go to therapy, please. Now, as I mentioned, he will give you money. However, he will, in fact, make you work for that money and then take half your money. Is this just communism? Anyway, another little personal gripe of mine that I feel is most exemplified through Heracles. Grown men should not be blonde. Like, I know Apollo is blonde. I know Narcissus is blonde. I know they both technically ranked well. But, like, they're twinks. Like, they can be blonde. He's a grown man. He should not be blonde. Like, blonde beards freak me the fuck out. What's going on there? I don't know why that upsets me so much, but it does. Anyway, 2 out of 10. Go to fucking therapy, my guy. Jesus Christ. Icarus! Oh, my boy! Now, Icarus here. We know what the score is going to be. Don't even fucking kid yourself. You already know what it's going to be. It's okay. Listen to my presentation, all right? You're here for a reason. I love tragic things. Icarus here is the epitome of just like a tragic, sad, wet boy. Oh, he is. He's made some bad decisions and he's paying the price for them. And it makes him so pitiful. Like I said, he has made some mistakes in the past, but the key is he learns from them. He grows. He might be dead, but he still has more emotional development than most of the people on the planet, right? Can I help you? He's putting in the work to improve himself every day, and so should you. I'm not gonna, but you should. Now, if you were to be involved with one Icarus, flying boy wonder himself, he will dedicate his entire existence to you. He yearns, but in like a less yearning way and more of in a right back up to here, sad puppy sort of way. Oh. Have I mentioned the boy can fly? I like wings. Wings are cool. When do I get to have my maximum ride moment where I can have wings also? Wasn't that book about children being tortured? I don't know. I just learned how to read. But anyway, wings are cool. Angel in X-Men Last Stand. Ow! Also, I just realized this when watching the credits for this game the other day. He's voiced by Asa Butterfield. Otis Melbourne motherfucker over here. I think that's so great. I think he did an incredible job with voice acting here. However, since hearing that, I have not been able to look at him without thinking of the season 2 opening of Sex Education. If you know, you know. Funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Now for the cons. Most unfortunately for us, ICARUS here. He's dead. You win some, you lose some. Am I right, folks? My camera died. Sorry, we're back at it. My hand! Now, ICARUS here, being the tragic wet boy that he is, you know, may or may not have caused you to cut off your own arm in order to give him his body back. Whoopsies! I mean, who hasn't, right? However, unfortunately, since he's just so thoughtful and caring and kind, he takes this to heart. He feels like it's his fault. It kind of is. He will unnecessarily distance himself from you. That's not what I want. I mean, like, I get why you're doing it, but like, come on. Come on, baby boy. Come back here, baby boy. We can work it out. Now, this is just like a personal thing, I know. However, this right here is my guy. I feel completely and totally normal about him. Nothing weird going on here. My favorite little guy. Ah! 10. What do you want? 10. 10 out of 10. I love you. Next up, Circe, the witch goddess. There's really so many witches in Greek mythology. I never put 2 and 2 together. But anyway, not only is Circe just the fun, quirky witch aunt out here, she's an auntie. She's not even auntie, she's an auntie. She's Auntie Circe. Circe, my girl here, she just loves farmsteading. You know, she's gonna raise some chickens, gonna raise some pigs, and just live out her best cottagecore lifestyle. As I mentioned, cool, quirky auntie vibes. Circe over here will just make you some hot chucky. Is there gonna be something in the hot chucky? I don't know, but it tastes extra good. Oh, I love some hot chocolate. Also, I just want to point out the furry ears, the furry tail that she's got. They're cute. I don't want to hear it. It's a cute character design. Now, as I mentioned, she will make you some cute little hot chucky, give you some good meals, plump you right on up. May or may not be drugged. So that's kind of a bad thing. Also, if you upset her in any sort of way, being that your presence upsets her, she will in fact turn you into a pig. What are you gonna do about it, am I right? However, I do just want to point out though, like, it's probably your own fault. Like, you're on her island. Men, am I right, ladies? Now, this is just something that I've picked up with people talking about anthropomorphized animal traits on humans. Animal ears are these functional ears because she also has human ears. That's 4 ears. That's 2 ears too many. That also does mean that she will in fact hear you talking shit. It's not gonna go well for you, my guy. Anyway, overall, 7. I like her. Next up, he's only got eyes for you. Polyphemus. Now, Polyphemus, the giant cyclops over here. It's a little bit large, if you know what I mean. Also, I want to point out that this man loves his sheep. He is also a fan of farmsteading, but those are just his sheep friends. He loves his sheep. He would do anything for his sheep. Anything. Also, I would just like to point out that our beautiful man over here, he's not afraid of breaking some gender norms, you know? He's got some bracelets, he's got some nail polish, he's got some lipstick, and might I add, he's wearing them well. Also, would just like to point out the elephant in the room. Man's got some nice honkers. I'm gonna be quite real with you. It took me about maybe 15 runs to the overworld to even realize that Polyphemus has an eye patch up here because I was too busy looking at his tits. To be fair, they're looking right back at me, all right? What do you want me to do? Making eye contact is polite. Now, however, Polyphemus here is a little bit quick to jump the gun. Anyone in his book is guilty until proven innocent, and you're not gonna be proven innocent because he already thinks you're guilty. Things aren't looking good for you. Also, as he does not like you as we've already pointed out, he will in fact try to crush you, and he will try to eat you. Now, an important note that I would like to bring up to the good people of YouTube is that Polyphemus is not in fact cannibal. Now, what makes me say this? Well, because I believe that Cyclops and people are different species. Cannibalism is, of course, eating someone of the same species as you and is therefore frowned upon. However, Cyclopses and humans are in fact different species, so therefore Polyphemus eating, a human here or there is not cannibalism. I did bring up this highly pointed argument to my friend, had her pause watching Princess Bride so I could explain to her the fact that Polyphemus is not in fact cannibal. She's like, where the fuck did that come from? Nothing. It's just been on my mind. You know what else has been on my mind? Tatas. 3 out of 10. I will be looking at him, but disrespectfully. You know what I mean? Next up, Prometheus. Come on. Prometheus here is quite hot. Literally and literally. He's got that fire. Now, Prometheus, given that you are immortal, would take a metaphorical bullet for you, and in fact has taken a metaphorical bullet for us in the form of Atos the eagle here, chewing out his liver for all of time. Why is this scar so big? His liver should be right there. This is where the liver is. You want to knock someone out, you punch them in the liver, they'll drop like a fucking rock.
It's not thrown hot to the body. There we go. I told you.
That's gotta hurt, dude. I didn't think about that before. Anyway, also, just want to point out, Prometheus being one of the gods, however, stealing from the gods and giving it to the mortals to spread the wealth around, he's a socialist. He is. Prove me wrong. Now, going back to the scarring thing earlier, is covered in bandages. That really gets me. I'm not gonna lie. That's just a personal thing that I really like. And oh, is he doing it well? Now, however, just a quick question. Is the bird gonna be there? I don't like birds. And more importantly, birds don't like me. This bird especially doesn't like me. Is this about me or is this about the royal you? Anyway, that's a big bird. Now, one point that I would just like to submit to the council. If villain, why hot? Super giant. Explain yourselves. 10. Easy. Done. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I knew. Next up, Typhon. Father of all monsters. The big baddie himself. One of the pros of smooching Typhon here is that he has many mouths. He's got, the big mouth and he's got the mini mouth. That's 2 times the smoochability right there. Also, he's just a big guy. He's a big man. However, unfortunately for us, as I mentioned, he is in fact the father of all monsters. That's a bad thing. Also, not only does he have a lot of mouths, he has a lot of eyes. There's too many eyes. I do not want to be perceived. Also, the eye holes, in some circumstances, do kind of turn into mouth holes. That makes me deeply uncomfortable. Also, must I point out that the main mouth down here does not have lips. I mean, that technically is a lip, but that kind of looks more like a gum line. That's just bone. There's no lips. Bad for smooching. Also, once again, back down here, the tongue, it's a little aggressive. Buddy, reel it back. Now, all of this put together makes Typhon. Oops, that was left over from Prometheus. Sorry about that. Unless... Nah, fuck that. 0 out of 10. We're done. I gotta go. Goodbye.
The next day.
Hi, what are you looking at? Can I help you? Do you want to come up here? Come on. Come watch me be a little freak on the internet. Hello there. Sorry about any lighting jump scares. I had to run out to take care of some dogs, and so I wasn't able to finish this. However, they were very excited to see me. Yeah? Oh, thank you. Anyway, back to the smooching. Of course, what good would this list be without the ladies behind the scenes, the Fate themselves? I'm gonna be quite honest, I have not gotten to the point in the game yet where you see the Fates. If anything here seems a little off, I don't care. Imagine that I'm funnier than I am, please, thank you. Now, for the Fates, the great thing about them being 3 sisters is that there's 3 times the smooching, That's what this is all about. It's about the smoochability. If one of them doesn't work out, you got 2 more to choose from. Also, they're mysterious. You don't know what's going on here. You don't even know what their faces look like. Will you actually see them in the game? I don't know. This could all be one elaborate prank and you might actually never see them in the game. But that's the intrigue, baby. Also, they just got the juicy deets. They got the DL. The older I get, the more I love to just very genuinely appreciate gossip and drama. Not in a mean way or in a judgmental way, just I'm a nosy person and I want to know what's going on, all right? They have all of the information that could ever exist in the world. I want to know what it is. I personally have no interesting things to hear, so I like to live vicariously through everyone else. Also, as I mentioned before, there is 3 times the smooching opportunity, but also you could be their 4th. If they roll like that, they're sisters. But if they roll like that, you could be the 4th. Now, the cons for the Fates. They will, in fact, know how you are going to die. That's kind of their whole thing. Even better than that, they will, in fact, be the ones to end you. You know, Clotho over here. Is this one Clotho? I don't know any of their names. One of them is named Clotho. I think it's this one. See that? That's your life force right there. Snip, snip, bitch. Testicles are coming off. They are going to be personally responsible for you dying. Could be in a hot way, probably not. As I already mentioned, you have the wonderful opportunity to be their 4th. However, I do not want to be their 4th. That is a frightening thought, not just because they're all sisters, but also because they're going to kill me. They're going to kill me. Anyway, all that being said, at the end of the day, 7 out of 10. Finally, to round out the Hades 2 cast, we have quite possibly the most important characters in the entire game. That's right, it's the little guys. First up, Raki, your little bird companion. What do we love about Raki? He's gonna bring you a little treasure. These little birds, is he a crow, is he a raven, I don't know. They love to bring you shiny little trinkets, and I love shiny little trinkets. I got the bird brain too. Now, unfortunately, Raki is in fact a bird. I don't like birds, 6 out of 10. Next up, Tula. Tula here, she loves a good little nap, don't we all? However, for us, her napping is very inconveniently timed, and if you wake her from that nap, she will attack. In the context of the game, is this a good thing? Yes. In the context of having a cat, is this a good thing? No! 8 out of 10. Next up, Golly. Every time I see Golly, I think of Gale from the Hunger Games. Do with that what you will. Now, Golly here, she's got your back, you know? Anytime someone runs up and they give you a little smacking, she's gonna smack them right back. I love that kind of loyalty. However, she's not actually loyal, and she's a slippery little polecat, and she will in fact run away from you. Come back, I just want to love you. 9 out of 10. Hecuba. Hecuba over here is the #1 guard dog in all of the underworld, in all of Erebus, in all of the overworld. As a matter of fact, you know what? Her and Argos, #1 in my hearts forever. Also Cerberus. However, unfortunately for us, she would also protect Hecate with her life, and then we gave her food and now she's ours. While that is great for us, the fact that loyalty can be bought with food is a little bit questionable, not great for business. I don't care, 10 out of 10. And last but not least, our very little guy, you know him, you love him. Freenos! Now, everyone knows that frogs are factually gay. So I love him. Also, you know, all of these guys over here, they're trying their best to protect you. They love you. They care for you. However, Freenos is the only one who will take a literal bullet for you. This little guy, this big man over here, will stand in front of an insane god with a machine gun and just take bullets for you. What? I mean, he doesn't get hurt, so that's wonderful, but oh my guy, we don't deserve you. Now, rather unfortunately, in terms of the smoochability, he's got a lot of tongue. I don't like that. However, that's nitpicking, so you know what? 1,000 out of 10. I love this boy. With that, we are done with all of the Hades 2 characters. Now, I know what you're thinking. Little freaky guy that I watch on the internet sometimes and makes me go, ha ha ha. There's more time left in this video. Right you are! We, of course, have all of the characters from the original Hades games who now have updated designs in this game, and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna rank them all again. Don't worry, I'm not gonna get into that much detail, and also, these are only the characters that do appear again and, like, actually impact the plot. So, round of applause for our fallen heroes, Meg and Than. I love you so much, but unfortunately, you are not in this game. However, everyone else with an updated design, prepare to get roasted. First up, Zagreus. Our man, our beautiful little twink. He has gotten significantly taller from the last game. I'm not sure if it's just because Mel is actually teeny tiny, but he has in fact gotten taller. Also, I want to say that I love him so much. It was a little harsh in my first round to give him a 9 out of 10. I didn't want to start off too strong. However, I can remedy that now. 10 out of 10. Next up, Hades. Oh, do I have some thoughts on Hades' designs? I think in the first round, I gave Hades a 2. However, emotionally, he has matured quite well. He has become really like a loving father and husband. I really like the guy. Also, this look is really doing something for me. This one, I don't know how to explain this. I think it's just the hair on full display. He looks wet. I don't know why I don't like that, but I don't. Also, I just noticed that this got updated, so it's Hades, Persephone, and Zagreus down there. there. That's so cute. Fuck Melinoe. She's not alive. She doesn't matter. Anyway, Hades, 8 out of 10. Next up, Persephone. Oh, she's beautiful. She's stunning. Honestly, not in this game much at all. She doesn't really change. So I'm going to keep her score the same. 8 out of 10. Cerberus, my favorite little guy. Oh my God. First of all, Cerberus has 2 forms in this game. We of course have the loyal dog that we know and love, and then we also have this very sad doom Cerberus in the Fields of Mourning. You would think that this guy would get a 0 out of 10. However, he just needs some love. He's like a shelter pup. It's not his fault that he's sad and lonely and angry. Okay, he just needs some love and attention, some little TLC, and he can turn into this good little guy right here. Is this a plea to adopt pets from shelters? Yes, it is. I didn't plan this. I just feel it right now very strongly. Also, little thing I would like to point out for you that I thought of the other day is that it's not lost on me how in the first Hades game, Cerberus is always willing to have pets from Zagreus, and the friendly one is this one. In the original art, this one is facing forward, so he's facing, the character. So Happy Boy is doing all the petting. However, within Melinoe's run, since Cerberus does not know you, he's much less inclined to let you pet him, and he's also upset, rightfully so. The mean head is facing you constantly. I think the people at Supergiant Games plan that. If not, I'm just a genius. You can hire me anytime. Now, as much as I do love this boy, and once again, in my heart, he is a 10 out of 10, I stand by what I said. Too much tongue. 8 out of 10. Hypnos! My eepy weepy little guy. I've got fucking beef with him. Now, first of all, as he is unconscious for most of the game, he should deserve a 0 out of 10 because obviously if someone is not conscious, that's a 0. Don't smooch them. However, on a much more lighthearted note, I do want to give him a ranking because he's a cute little guy and I love him, and he does eventually wake up. However, my beef. Someone in the last video kindly pointed out that I had quite lovely Hypnos hair. I have spent the last year mentally preparing myself for a full Hypnos cosplay in order to do this presentation because I thought it would be funny. However, wouldn't you know it, I open up the save file and this little bitch right here grew out his hair. You motherfucker. Now look, he does look gorgeous, but for that reason alone, I'm gonna have to drop the score down 8 out of 10. I still love him though, don't worry. Next up, Charon. Everything I said about Charon before holds true. He does have nice long hair now. The man still owns a boat. However, instead of using the boat for personal gain, he uses it for an underground smuggling ring for the resistance. I love that. I love that so much. 5 out of 10. Oh, that's the rice cooker. Don't worry about that. Oh, baby! Do I have some thoughts on Chaos's design? What in the yowie is this? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, I screamed when I saw them. They are just, oh my God, so beautiful. First of all, holding your own severed head and also embryo baby, that's a fucking power play right there. Also, they absolutely look like the guys from, what's that Chinese anime? The one about Heaven's Blessing or Heaven's Gate? Identical. 10 out of 10. Next up, Artemis. Now, in the last one, I believe I respectfully declined to smooch Artemis because she was very much not interested in you. However, everything has changed. Now, I know that they call themselves sisters. They're part of the Soul Sisters. What is that? Celestial Sisters? Moon Sisters? What am I doing? What is this game called? The cult they're in? I forgot what that's called. Anyway, what's that called? I have to move on. Anyway, I know that Artemis and Mel call each other sister, act like sisters. However, I have never seen anything more homosexual in my life than these two sitting on a deer statue singing together. You cannot tell me that they're not lesbians. I don't care what you say. Nothing in the world can convince me that she is not a lesbian. 10 out of 10. Let's go, girls. Athena. Now, Athena here before was very uninterested in dating you. In this, she's even less interested in dating you. She is almost single-handedly defending all of Olympus from Typhon and his little goons. She's quite busy. She does not even have the time for it. 0 out of 10. Aphrodite, or as people around the world like to call her, Aphrodites. I think that's so much fun. My God, she's so pretty. Jesus Christ, she's so goddamn cool. Last time I did say that she was the one making the list. I still believe that she's the one making this list. However, she's also busy with her secondary job of being a badass fighter lady. And you know what? She's looking hot while doing it. 10 out of 10. Next up, Ares, god of war himself. My God, he was beautiful in the last game and he's beautiful in this one. What did I give him last time? I don't know. It wasn't high enough. 9 out of 10. Next up, Demeter. Within the first Hades game, she was giving the vibe of turf mommy. You hate to see it. However, Demeter in this game, I truly believe that she has evolved as a person. While she may not understand the life choices of her 2 little gay-ass grandchildren, she loves them and supports them nonetheless. And you know what? I'll take progress where I can get it. 5 out of 10. No! Nothing in the world could have prepared me for how upset I would be over Dionysus's design in this game. Truly, I love no one more in the first game than I love Dionysus. I think he's perfect. I stand by that. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I get it. It's in character. I do believe Supergiant Games made the right decision. However, I would rather die than go talk to him. I'm not even joking. I have ended multiple runs willfully because I do not want to talk to this man. I don't even want to look at him now. I can see him in the fucking viewfinder there and it's upsetting me. I understand that it's in character for him to just be partying Olympus while the fucking world is ending. I get that. And look, I'm not a conservative, but this reeks of stolen valor. 0 out of 10. Hermes, my man. Oh, I love him. He's so wonderful. I do appreciate that he is giving you more items in this game. However, I resent the fact that he's making you pay for them and then also paying for prime shipping on them. It's a little bit greedy, but honestly, get the hustle, my man. 9 out of 10. Also, I like his turtle. Poseidon! Everything I thought about Poseidon holds true. He is far too loud and he is a smelly little fish man. However, I do appreciate that he in fact grew out his beard. Before it was just a very long soul patch. Now it's just a very long chin strap. It's a choice, but also the rainbow is looking real good. 3 out of 10. Now, last but least as always, we have, of course, Zeus. I hated him before and I hate him now. He has somehow gotten uglier than the first game, which he was a 0 before, and he's gonna stay a 0 now. Look, this design is actually quite good. I do like it. You know, I watch so much historical fashion content on YouTube that I truly do appreciate how they gave him a little undershirt for his armor. If those folks have taught me anything, it's that you can't just put armor or a tight lacing garment on your bare skin. That's gonna fuck it up. You gotta have some sort of undercovering there. So I do appreciate that they gave him a little tank top. However, I still hate him. 0. I lied, there's one more. The most important man in this entire game. Boldy! Boldy does not really make an appearance in this game. However, he is in the background and he does have an updated design. He got hair plugs. He grew out a beard. He has eyebrows now. While I can appreciate him trying to change up his look, he was perfect before. And guess what? He's perfect now. 10 out of 10. And with that, we are done with everyone that appears in Hades 2. Nyx is in there, but her design is pretty much the same. Fan is in the background, Meg is in the background, yada, yada, yada. Theseus is nowhere to be seen. Thank God. Now, I would like to leave you with this one concluding note. Why is everyone at this company so horny? God bless, baby. To summarize. Hell yeah, girl. Ah, ow! That's fun for some people. The sun. Hot damn. Oh, big man. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, bone. She's your boo. Ah! Just a little kitty patootie. Oh, what a cutie patootie. Ladies. Ow! I'm looking respectfully. Oh, my little guy. Girl, you looking good. Tatas. Big man. Hello, ladies. Hey, big boy, where you been? Hello, daddy. Mommy, loving attention, please. My man. Easy breezy, beautiful. Sleepy girl. Comrade. Eyes for it, soldier. I love you. I love you. I love you. I have very normal thoughts about this. Ah! Gotta go fast. Big fish man. Hot damn. Bye.